Have you ever found yourself wondering which tactical shotgun truly stands out in a real-world scenario? With so many options on the market, picking the right one can be overwhelming. Some offer insane firepower but are a pain to control, while others provide exceptional reliability but lack the speed you might need in high-pressure situations. So, which one is right for you? Well, you're in the right place to find out. In this video, we're diving deep into 6 of the most powerful and practical tactical shotguns that pack a serious punch. Whether you're looking for a home defense powerhouse, a reliable shotgun for law enforcement, or just a badass firearm to add to your collection, we've got you covered. But before we jump into the specifics, let's set the stage. A tactical shotgun isn't just about raw firepower. It's about functionality, handling, and purpose. A great tactical shotgun balances stopping power with reliability and maneuverability. And depending on your needs, whether it's self-defense, tactical operations, or even competitive shooting, some models will serve you better than others. Now, throughout this video, I want you to think about what matters most to you in a shotgun. Is it speed, capacity, customization, ease of use? Whatever your priorities are, you'll find at least one of these shotguns that checks all the boxes for you. So, let's break it down. Over the next several sections, we'll analyze each shotgun in depth, going beyond the specs to talk about how they actually perform in the field. We'll cover everything from handling and ergonomics to real-world application, giving you the information you need to make the best decision. First up, let's take a look at a shotgun that has earned its place in military and law enforcement arsenals worldwide. It's tough, it's reliable, and it's got the power you need in critical situations. Meet the Benelli M4. You've probably heard of the Benelli M4 before, and for good reason. This shotgun is a battle-tested beast, trusted by the United States Marine Corps and Special Forces worldwide. It's one of the most reliable semi-automatic shotguns you can get your hands on. But what exactly makes it so special? Let's start with its operating system, the auto-regulating gas-operated ergo system. Unlike traditional gas systems, which rely on long gas pistons, the ergo system uses dual short-stroke pistons located just in front of the chamber. What does that mean for you? Less fouling, faster cycling, and insane reliability. This thing can keep running even in the worst conditions: mud, sand, rain, you name it. And let's talk recoil. A lot of semi-auto shotguns can be a handful, but the Benelli M4 manages to keep things surprisingly controllable. The gas system absorbs a good chunk of the recoil, and the pistol grip version gives you extra control, especially for follow-up shots. Now, one of the biggest complaints people have about the Benelli M4? Capacity. Out of the box, it comes with a 51 shell capacity, which isn't bad, but for a tactical shotgun, you might want more. That's why many owners swap out the factory tube for a 7-round extension, giving you a full 71 capacity. But here's where it gets interesting. Because of 922R compliance laws, modifying the M4 in the United States requires swapping in American-made parts. It's a little annoying, but totally doable. And trust me, once you upgrade it, this thing becomes an absolute monster. Another standout feature? Build quality. The Benelli M4 feels like a tank. It's built with an aluminum receiver, which keeps it strong yet lightweight compared to steel-framed shotguns. The bolt is rotating and self-cleaning, adding to its already ridiculous reliability. So, who is this shotgun for? If you're looking for a premium tactical shotgun that runs like a dream and refuses to quit, the Benelli M4 is a top-tier choice. But keep in mind, it's not cheap. You're looking at $1,800 to $2,000 for a brand new one, which is a serious investment. But if you want a shotgun that's battle-proven, has one of the smoothest cycling actions on the market, and can handle just about any situation, the Benelli M4 is a hard one to beat. Next up, we've got a shotgun that's just as legendary but takes a completely different approach. Let's talk about the Mossberg 590A1. If the Benelli M4 is a high-tech, battle-ready beast, then the Mossberg 590A1 is the no-nonsense workhorse of the tactical shotgun world. It's a pump-action shotgun built to take an absolute beating, and there's a reason it's been the go-to choice for the United States military for decades. Let's start with durability. The 590A1 is the only pump-action shotgun to pass the United States military's mil-spec 3443E test. What does that mean? It survived over 3,000 rounds of brutal testing including extreme temperatures, sand, and water exposure without a single failure. This thing is built like a tank. And that's not just marketing talk. The 590A1 features a heavy-walled barrel, making it tougher and more heat-resistant than standard shotgun barrels. It also comes with a metal trigger guard and safety, which are key upgrades over the standard Mossberg 500, which uses plastic parts in those areas. These little details make a huge difference when it comes to long-term durability. Now, let's talk about controls. One of the standout features of the Mossberg series is its ambidextrous safety, located right on top of the receiver. This is a huge advantage, especially for left-handed shooters, since most other shotguns, like the Remington 870, have a safety near the trigger guard, which favors right-handed users. The Mossberg's placement is intuitive, easy to reach, and perfect for quick engagements. And when it comes to capacity, the 590A1 gives you plenty of firepower. Most models come in a 61 or 81 configuration, but if you go with the 20-inch barrel version, you're looking at a full 9 rounds in total. For a pump-action shotgun, that's as good as it gets. Speaking of pump action, let's talk reliability. Since it's manually operated, the 590A1 doesn't rely on gas systems or inertia-driven mechanisms like semi-autos. That means it runs on literally any type of shotgun ammo, from high-powered buckshot to low-recoil loads. Semi-auto shotguns can be picky with ammo, but the 590A1 eats everything. But here's the trade-off: you have to rack the slide manually. That means it's slower than a semi-auto when it comes to follow-up shots. But in return, you get a shotgun that's simple, rugged, and nearly indestructible. And let's talk about price. This is where the 590A1 really shines. While the Benelli M4 costs nearly $2,000, you can pick up a brand new 590A1 for under $600 to $800. That's a huge difference, and for what you're getting, it's one of the best values in the tactical shotgun world. So, who is this shotgun for? If you want a battle-proven, ultra-reliable, and budget-friendly shotgun that can handle anything you throw at it, the Mossberg 590A1 is hard to beat. It might not have the speed of a semi-auto, but it makes up for it with pure reliability and ruggedness. Now, what if you like the idea of a pump-action shotgun but want something with even more aftermarket support and a legendary reputation? Well, that's where our next shotgun comes in, the Remington 870 Tactical. If there's one shotgun that has truly stood the test of time, it's the Remington 870. First introduced in 1950, this pump-action legend has been used by law enforcement, military, hunters, and home defenders for over 7 decades. And in the tactical world, the Remington 870 Tactical is a top contender for one of the best combat shotguns ever made. At first glance, the 870 Tactical might seem similar to the Mossberg 590A1. Both are pump-action, military-grade shotguns with a long history of reliability. But once you get hands-on with the 870, you'll quickly notice some key differences. First, let's talk about the action. One of the biggest reasons people love the Remington 870 is its buttery smooth pump stroke. Unlike the Mossberg, which has a looser, more rattly feel, the 870's action is tight and solid, giving it a premium feel that many shooters prefer. If you're looking for a pump-action shotgun that cycles like a dream, the 870 is where it's at. Now, let's talk about construction. The 870 Tactical features an all-steel receiver, which makes it heavier and stronger than the aluminum receiver found on the Mossberg 590A1. That extra weight helps with felt recoil and adds to the shotgun's overall durability. But the trade-off? It's a bit heavier to carry compared to the Mossberg. And speaking of weight, let's talk about barrel length and capacity. The 870 Tactical typically comes with an 18.5-inch barrel, which makes it maneuverable in tight spaces, perfect for home defense or tactical use. And depending on the model, you'll get either a 61 or 71 capacity. If you want to go bigger, aftermarket tube extensions can bump that up even more. Now, let's talk about the safety placement. This is where some shooters have a strong preference. Unlike the Mossberg 590A1, which has a top-mounted safety, the Remington 870 has a cross-bolt safety located behind the trigger guard. If you're a right-handed shooter, this is super easy to use, just a quick thumb press and you're ready to fire. But if you're left-handed, the placement isn't as ideal compared to the Mossberg. One thing the 870 Tactical absolutely dominates in: aftermarket support. This shotgun has one of the largest accessory markets in the world. You can customize everything: stops, forends, sights, magazine extensions, side saddles, you name it. If you love tinkering and upgrading, the 870 Tactical is a dream platform. But here's something you need to know: not all 870s are created equal. Older models, especially the ones made before 2007, are rock solid. But when Remington changed hands over the years, some later models had quality control issues. If you're buying new, make sure you're getting one from Remington's newer production line after their recent reboot. Or, if you can find an older police trade-in model, those are some of the best-built 870s out there. So, who is this shotgun for? If you want a smooth, reliable pump-action shotgun with endless customization options, the Remington 870 Tactical is an excellent choice. It's built like a tank, cycles smoothly, and has one of the best reputations in the industry. But what if you're looking for something totally different? What if you want more capacity, more innovation, and something that turns heads at the range? Well, that's exactly where our next shotgun comes in, the Kel-Tec KSG. Alright, we've talked about some legendary shotguns so far: the battle-proven Benelli M4, the ultra-rugged Mossberg 590A1, and the smooth-cycling Remington 870 Tactical. But what if I told you there's a shotgun that completely breaks the mold? A shotgun that's compact, futuristic, and holds nearly twice the ammo of a standard pump-action. Meet the Kel-Tec KSG. At first glance, the KSG looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. And in many ways, it is. Unlike traditional pump-action shotguns, which load from a single tube magazine under the barrel, the KSG features dual magazine tubes, effectively doubling its capacity. With standard 2.75-inch shells, you get a whopping 141 rounds. That's nearly twice the capacity of most tactical shotguns on the market. But that's not even the most unique part. The KSG is a bolt-up shotgun, meaning the action and magazine are located behind the trigger. This allows Kel-Tec to fit a full-length 18.5-inch barrel into a super compact 26.1-inch overall length. That's shorter than a standard Remington 870 with a pistol grip. So, what does that mean for you? Well, if you're looking for a maneuverable shotgun for home defense, vehicle carry, or tactical operations, the KSG gives you full-sized power in a much smaller package. It's incredibly easy to maneuver in tight spaces, like hallways, doorways, or vehicles. But here's where things get really interesting: the dual magazine setup lets you switch between different types of ammo on the fly. Each tube operates independently, meaning you could load buckshot in one tube and slugs in the other, then switch between them with just a flick of a lever. Need to breach a door? Flip to your slug rounds. Need to clear a room? Flip back to buckshot. This kind of ammo versatility is a game changer. Now, let's talk about recoil and ergonomics. Because the KSG is a bullpup, all the weight sits closer to your body, making it easier to control than traditional shotguns of the same weight. But there's a downside: since it doesn't have the same recoil-reducing gas systems as the Benelli M4, you'll feel every bit of that 12-gauge power. If you're not used to shooting short, lightweight shotguns, the KSG can be a handful. And speaking of handling, one of the biggest criticisms of the KSG is its pump action. Unlike the silky smooth stroke of the Remington 870, the KSG's pump takes a bit more effort. Some users have even reported short stroking issues, where they don't fully rack the slide, causing a failure to cycle. It's something you can train around, but it's worth mentioning. Another thing to note is that the KSG is not ambidextrous friendly. While it can be fired from the left shoulder, spent shells eject downward, which can be awkward depending on your stance. If you're a left-handed shooter, this might take some getting used to. But here's the big question: is the KSG reliable? The early models had some issues, but Kel-Tec has made several updates over the years, and newer models have proven to be much more reliable. That being said, this is not a Benelli M4 or Mossberg 590A1. It's a high-capacity, compact shotgun that trades a bit of ruggedness for innovation. So, who is this shotgun for? If you want a high-capacity, compact, and futuristic tactical shotgun, the Kel-Tec KSG is one of the most unique options on the market. It's great for home defense, vehicle carry, and close-quarters tactical use. But if you're looking for a classic, ultra-reliable pump action, you might be better off with the Mossberg 590A1 or Remington 870. But what if you want something that combines the best of both worlds? A semi-auto shotgun that's lightning fast, incredibly smooth, and built for tactical domination? That's exactly what our next shotgun delivers, the Beretta 1301 Tactical. Alright, we've covered some serious firepower so far, from the legendary Benelli M4 to the ultra-compact Kel-Tec KSG. But what if you want a shotgun that's blazing fast, incredibly lightweight, and built for modern tactical applications? Well, that's where the Beretta 1301 Tactical comes in. This shotgun has been making waves in the tactical world, and for good reason. It's not just fast, it's one of the fastest cycling semi-auto shotguns on the planet. Thanks to Beretta's blink gas system, the 1301 cycles 36% faster than most other semi-autos. That means quicker follow-up shots, making it a favorite among law enforcement, competition shooters, and home defenders. Let's start with the build quality. Beretta is known for making high-end, battle-proven firearms, and the 1301 Tactical is no exception. It features an aluminum receiver, which makes it incredibly lightweight at just 6.4 pounds. It's significantly lighter than the Benelli M4. That's a huge advantage if you're carrying it for long periods or need to maneuver quickly in tight spaces. And let's talk about ergonomics. Right out of the box, the 1301 Tactical comes with oversized controls, a big charging handle, an extended bolt release, and an easy-to-reach safety. If you're running drills or need to operate your shotgun under stress, these features make a huge difference. Plus, the safety is right in front of the trigger guard, making it lightning fast to disengage. But here's where it gets really interesting: the choke system. Unlike many tactical shotguns that come with a fixed cylinder bore, the 1301 Tactical comes with Beretta's interchangeable choke system. That means you can swap out chokes to customize your spread pattern, whether you're using buckshot, slugs, or birdshot. That kind of versatility is a major plus. Now, let's talk about capacity. The standard 1301 Tactical comes with a 51 capacity, but Beretta includes a factory extension too, bumping it up to 71. And if you want even more rounds, there are plenty of aftermarket mag tube extensions available. Speaking of aftermarket support, the 1301 Tactical has become hugely popular, and that means tons of upgrades are available. Whether you want to add a side saddle, a new stock, or a different optic, the 1301 is highly customizable. But what about recoil? Since this is a gas-operated shotgun, it absorbs a lot of the felt recoil, making it softer shooting compared to pump-action shotguns. That means you can shoot faster and stay on target more easily. Now, let's be real, this shotgun is not cheap. You're looking at around $1,500 or more, which puts it in the same price range as the Benelli M4. But here's the deal: if you want the fastest, most responsive tactical shotgun available, The Beretta 1301 Tactical is one of the best choices you can make. So, who is this shotgun for? If you want a lightweight, ultra-fast, and battle-ready semi-auto, the Beretta 1301 Tactical is hard to beat. It's perfect for law enforcement, home defense, or anyone who wants a shotgun that runs like a Ferrari. But what if you want something that's more affordable, magazine-fed, and built for pure firepower? That's where our next shotgun comes in, the Rock Island BR80. We've covered some incredible tactical shotguns so far, high-speed semi-autos like the Beretta 1301 Tactical and military-proven platforms like the Benelli M4. But what if you want something different? What if you want a shotgun that feels like an AR-15, feeds from detachable magazines, and offers massive firepower? Well, that's exactly what the Rock Island BR80 delivers. The BR80 is not your traditional tactical shotgun. While most shotguns we've covered so far use a tube-fed system, the BR80 is magazine-fed, just like an Arkansas 15. That means faster reloads, higher capacity options, and a familiar feel for anyone used to modern rifles. Let's start with the design. The BR80 is a 12-gauge, gas-operated semi-auto shotgun built on an AR-style platform. It has an aluminum upper and lower receiver, a full-length Picatinny rail, and a pistol grip with a thumbhole-style stock. If you've ever handled an AR-15, this shotgun will feel right at home. And here's where things get fun: it feeds from detachable box magazines. The standard BR80 comes with a 5-round magazine, but you can upgrade to 9-round, 19-round, or even 25-round drum mags. That kind of firepower is unheard of in most tactical shotguns. But here's a key question: how does it shoot? Well, because it's gas-operated, the BR80 absorbs a lot of recoil, making it much softer shooting than a pump-action or even some inertia-driven semi-autos. And since it has a buffer tube-style recoil system, the recoil impulse is more like an AR-15 than a traditional shotgun. Now, let's talk about customization. Since the BR80 is built like an AR, it takes a ton of AR-style upgrades. You can swap out the stock, pistol grip, handguard, and even the charging handle. If you like tweaking and modifying your firearms, the BR80 gives you endless options. But here's where the BR80 has a learning curve: it's not as plug-and-play as a Benelli M4 or Beretta 1301. The gas system is adjustable, meaning you need to tune it properly depending on whether you're shooting light loads or magnum shells. If you don't adjust it right, you might run into cycling issues. So, if you're looking for a grab-and-go shotgun with zero tweaking needed, this might not be the best choice. And let's be real, magazine-fed shotguns have their own quirks. While detachable mags are great for quick reloads, they can also be bulky and take up more space than traditional shotgun shells. Plus, if you don't seat the mag properly, you might get feeding issues. It's something that takes practice to master. But here's the biggest advantage of the BR80: it's affordable. Compared to high-end semi-auto shotguns like the Benelli M4 or Beretta 1301 Tactical, the BR80 costs around $600 to $800. That's half the price of some premium tactical shotguns, making it a great option for budget-conscious buyers who still want a semi-auto tactical shotgun. So, who is this shotgun for? If you want a high-capacity, magazine-fed shotgun that handles like an AR-15, the BR80 is a fantastic choice. It's great for range fun, home defense, and tactical shooting. But just remember, you'll need to fine-tune it and get comfortable with the mag-fed shotgun learning curve. But now that we've covered all 6 of these powerful tactical shotguns, the real question is, which one is right for you? That's exactly what we'll break down in the final part of this video. So, we've gone through 6 incredible tactical shotgun siege with its own strengths, weaknesses, and ideal use cases. But now comes the real challenge: which one is right for you? Well, the answer depends on what you need in a shotgun. Are you looking for battle-tested reliability, maximum firepower, a compact home defense weapon? Let's break it down. If you want the gold standard of military and law enforcement shotguns, you cannot go wrong with the Benelli M4. It's been used in combat, trusted by elite forces, and built to run in the worst conditions imaginable. Yes, it's expensive, but if you want a semi-auto shotgun that just works every single time, this is the one to get. But maybe you don't want to drop over $2,000 on a shotgun. If that's the case, the Mossberg 590A1 is your best bet. It's a pump-action tank, built to military specs, and one of the toughest shotguns you can own. It's not as fast as a semi-auto, but if you want simplicity, durability, and affordability, this one is hard to beat. Now, let's say you want something classic, reliable, and smooth. That's where the Remington 870 Tactical comes in. It's one of the best-selling shotguns of all time, and for good reason. It's easy to use, super customizable, and a fantastic choice for home defense or tactical shooting. If you love pump actions but want a more traditional feel, the 870 is a great pick. But what if you need something ultra-compact, high-capacity, and futuristic? That's where the Kel-Tec KSG changes the game. Its dual magazine tubes give you 141 rounds, and its bullpup design makes it one of the most compact 12-gauge shotguns available. It's perfect for tight spaces, vehicle carry, or home defense, but it does take some training to master. Now, if you're looking for speed and performance, the Beretta 1301 Tactical is your answer. It's one of the fastest cycling semi-auto shotguns in the world, with a lightweight build and ultra-smooth operation. Whether you're in law enforcement, competition shooting, or home defense, the 1301 gives you blazing speed and top-tier reliability. And finally, if you want a shotgun that feels more like an AR-15, the Rock Island BR-80 is a great choice. It's magazine-fed, allowing for quick reloads and high capacity, and it has an AR-style design that makes it easy for rifle shooters to transition to. It's a budget-friendly, customizable shotgun, but just remember it's not as plug-and-play as some of the others. You'll need to fine-tune the gas system for different loads. So, at the end of the day, which shotgun is the best? The answer is it depends on you. If you want a battle-proven combat shotgun, go with the Benelli M4. If you want a rugged, affordable, pump-action workhorse, pick the Mossberg 590A1. If you want a classic, smooth-shooting pump shotgun, the Remington 870 Tactical is a solid choice. If you need a compact, high-capacity shotgun for tight spaces, check out the Kel-Tec KSG. If you want a fast, lightweight, high-performance semi-auto, the Beretta 1301 Tactical is top tier. And if you want an AR-style, magazine-fed shotgun for max firepower, the Rock Island BR-80 is worth considering. Whichever shotgun you choose, the most important thing is training. The best shotgun in the world won't help you if you don't know how to use it properly. So get out there, train, and make sure you're comfortable with your firearm. And now, I want to hear from you. Which shotgun would you pick? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome gun content. And as always, stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.